What's up, y'all? This is the last time you guys will hear from me today. I promise, I promise. Black Up the Rebel Bell to Bell podcast. If you looked at my other videos, this is all centered around Big Cat, Nikkita, aka, well, Nikkita Lyons, aka Nikkita Lyons. Recently, we heard that she's supposed to be getting called up to one of the main rosters, whether that be SmackDown or Raw. And in the previous videos, I explained why I don't think that that's a good idea right now at this point in time, because of bad writing and bad booking. Not necessarily because she's not ready, although I do think that there needs to be a couple of more weeks or so where she develops herself a little bit more and she fine-tunes her in-ring ability, and as well as her promo skills and things of that nature. But this video, I'm going to cover why SmackDown roster, what I would do personally if I was booking Nikkita Lyons on that roster. So, now, as I said in the other videos, most of this roster is tag teamed affiliated. So it's going to be hard to find singles wrestlers. Now, there is Blake Monroe. She just got called up, but I don't want to use Blake Monroe because I don't want it, like I said, I don't want it to be an NXT plus type of situation. You could use it. You could do it. I just personally wouldn't. But I don't think that it would be a bad feud. I don't think it would be a bad match. It's just not something I would particularly go for initially. You guys could, let me know how you guys feel. I could be wrong. Nikkita, you could let me know if that's something that you disagree with. That's fine too. Now, what I would say would be something more interesting that we haven't seen in a while is a feud or something with Candice LeRae, who keeps getting overlooked. We keep forgetting that she's a wrestler. We keep pushing the fact that she's, Johnny Gargano's wife, which is fine and dandy, but she can wrestle, she can go. And this would give her something to do when she's not watching Johnny Gargano just plink and lay on top of something in the backstage. I think that would be something fresh and new to see. I'm not mad at it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Moving on, the reason why I skipped over Chelsea Green is because Chelsea Green is the SmackDown version of Becky Lynch. Chelsea Green has also done a very good job of getting women over and putting people to a certain degree now where we're taking them seriously. We're seeing them on screen a lot more. So Chelsea Green, we've seen that with Zelina Vega. We've seen that with Julia. We've seen that with a couple of women. She took Piper Niven underneath her wing. She took Alba Fire underneath her wing. She has this back and forth in the backstage now with Blake Monroe. So she's really good at bringing new stars up to par. And I think if you were to either be tagged with her or have a feud with her, I think that that's something that the fans would want to see. And I think that's something that could easily put you over and get you fast tracked to where people are all over you, all eyes are on you, things of that nature. Moving on, you got Fallon Henley. Fatal Influence. Now, with Fatal Influence is going to be one of those, it's a numbers game, battle of attrition. You can't go at one without getting attacked by the others. So unless there's going to be a situation backstage where you're going to be making alliances where people are going to want to come to save you in the ring, I don't see that being a conceivable storyline that works out in your favor. Julia, I think that you can do something with Julia just because they haven't been booking her properly ever since she came on the SmackDown roster. I just said in the other video, I think she kind of almost peaked, and her peak was NXT because that's when she was at her best when it came to wrestling, when it came to storyline, character development, all of those things. It's not a shot at her. She's doing the best that she can with what she's given, but unfortunately what she's given, I just don't feel like it has been working. I think if you were to have something to do with her, I think that would be something that could work. The fact that Kiana James is going to be her manager, kind of interfering with your matches, that can, stretch your feud with her a little while longer. I think that could actually work out in your favor. I would personally like to see that. And I actually think that you guys' wrestling styles and fighting styles could complement each other because she is low-key pretty deadly when it comes to strikes. Low-key. And, if you know anything about Nikkita, she is a striker. She has, MMA background. She has that striking ability and all those factors. So I think that would low-key be something that would actually go off. I think people may not realize it at first, but if they give it enough thought, I think they'll see what I'm saying. Now, JC Jane, I'm going to skip past her because Fatal Influence, like I just said. Jade Cargill, I'm going to skip past her because obviously, I don't think they're going to necessarily shoot you all the way to the top. And Jade Cargill is at the top right now. She's in women's championship contention. So I don't think that they're going to put you in a situation like that too soon, because I think that that's also dangerous for a new wrestler. When I say new wrestler, obviously on the roster, I mean. So I wouldn't do that. Now, what I would do, I wouldn't do it necessarily as my first go-to, but you could have something with Jordynne Grace, because Jordynne Grace has not been doing anything these last couple of weeks. We don't know what's going on with her. She is medically cleared, so she should be wrestling, but she's not. Don't know. Now that would be something to see. It would almost be like two titans going at each other, because you guys are both kind of powerhouses. So I think that would be very evenly matched to some degree. I think, in my opinion, Nikkita, I think you're a little bit faster. It looks like you can move around and maneuver a little bit more than Jordynne Grace. I could be wrong, but like I said, I think that would be something that could actually work. Lainey Reed, fatal influence, gonna skip past. Kiana James. Now, I think if anything, they could do something with Kiana James, but the fact that Kiana is kind of the manager of Julia, I don't know how they would work and do that personally, but I could see something being done there. Now they could do They could do something with Michin or BFAB, because Michin is the next person. I don't necessarily see it, but it is possible. Nia Jax, same thing. She's with Lash Legend. Unless you're going to be tagged up with somebody, it's not going to be something that's going to be easily digested and something that we can, see being sensible. Then you got Rhea Ripley, who's top tier, who I don't think they're going to have you go against immediately. I wouldn't. And then last but not least, you got Tiffany Stratton. Now, although that she is, she comes from NXT, and I'm against, NXT people going against each other on the SmackDown and Raw roster, I do see that being something suitable for you, just because the U.S. Championship is on the line. So that could put you in a really good situation where you can come out the gate within the first year, become Women's U.S. Champion, and from there you can really start to establish yourself and really do, maybe like the Nikkita Lyons Open Challenge type of thing. But that's just my opinion about how I would book you. Personally, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Nikkita Lyons, let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like I said, I don't know your contract. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know how much creative control you have. But my personal opinion, I would be very strict and very hard on those writers and the creative team about how they're going to book you, what they're going to do. Because in my opinion, it really depends on who you are and what you're doing and who you're going against and what's at stake. That's going to make or break how the fans are going to receive you and receive the entire storyline. So once again, this is Black Out the Rebel, Bell to Bell podcast. I'm holla at y'all.